Do you sit like this when you're working? Well, guess what? If you keep doing this day after day for 52 weeks in a year and for 20 years of your working life, you're gonna have serious back injury. 大家好，我是 Olive Branch 的 Alan. If you keep sitting like that with bad posture for year after year after year, you're going to get back pain, neck pain, maybe even shoulder stiffness. And that's because when you're sitting in this posture, your spine, your vertebrae discs, they start to go like this, they bend. And when you do that for a very long time, they start to calcify, or they change their form to permanently look that way and be that way. And that's why you get a lot of people with hunchback. And they stay that way because their bones have now formed into that shape. And so that's why it's very important, if you're always working at your desk, that you must practice good sitting posture. So good sitting form requires that you have a neutral spine, okay? And you're going to be looking at your neck and shoulder positioning as well. So if you look at the side profile of how you're sitting, okay? A lot of people, when they're working on their desk, they're kind of doing this. Or they're even worse, they're sunken down and they're leaning forward and their neck's sticking out forward. And that's because a lot of people get tired or they just get lazy sitting up straight, because this is a much more relaxed posture than someone who's like this, which looks very stiff and tiring. And it's true, it is tiring to sit up straight. But the key things that you need to keep in mind when you're sitting for an extended period of time is, first, starting from the top, your neck posture. Okay? You really don't want to be sticking your head forward, and having a laptop in front of you, it really does absorb your head into the screen. And as you can see, as it does that, your neck starts to protrude forward. And that's going to eventually hurt your cervical spine, your neck discs. The next thing you want to worry about is the shoulders. Because of a laptop, it's a narrower keyboard. It pulls your arms together. And when it does that, you can see how the shoulder starts to roll inward and forward. With your neck protruding, it now causes a lot of strain in your upper back muscles, your trapezius muscles. And you can start getting tight up here as well. Lastly, you'll also notice the spine, it starts to form a C shape, the letter C, which eventually will impact one side of the disc more than the other. And that causes what's called a herniated disc or a slipped disc. And that's what a lot of people have, especially when they sit for a too long period, or they may be doing dangerous exercises. So to correct all that, what you need to start to think about when you're sitting down is to have good posture. And that is to sit up tall, okay? Try to keep that indentation in your little lower spine. Instead of rounding it out, keep that S shape. The S shape from up here rounds out and then sinks back in, okay? S shape. And so when you're doing that, try to keep your head back. Don't sink your head into the screen. Pull back, keep the shoulders down and back a little bit, okay? Have a broad chest. You want to sit like this, and this does look quite stiff, but it is the best for your back. Inevitably, you will not be able to maintain this posture for too long. It's just too tiring. Now, some of the stretches that you can do, if you're starting to feel some stiffness, okay, is to work on the shoulder and the neck area, okay? You can do this right at your desk, okay? Just every 20 minutes, consider doing exercises such as the shrug. And that's when you keep your shoulders, first, pull the shoulders down, apply muscle and strength, pulling the shoulders down. Don't just let it drop, but pull down actively. And then shrug them up towards your ear, so shoulder to ear, and then round them out to form a letter D shape. Straight up and then round them back. Straight up, round it back, okay? Do this 5 times to start to loosen up the shoulders and the neck area, okay? Once you do that, you can do some neck exercises as well, neck stretches. The one I recommend, it's a tilt. It's a lateral tilt of the head. You're shifting it to the left and to the right, okay? Try not to turn the head like this. Don't tilt it, but shift it to the left, to the right. And you want to do that about 5 times each side as well. And that actually helps to adjust the neck positioning and to stretch out some of the smaller muscles that controls the posture of the neck. Front and back as well. Stick it forward, stick it back. Forward and back. Okay, 5 times each. The next, we're going to stand up and do a couple of more stretches. So ideally, when doing those stretches, you can actually be doing them standing up. So that way you do the stretches and you stand up. But if you really can't stand up, then do them seated. If you can't stand, then I also recommend you do a standing one where you're pulling your arms back like this, and you're really opening up the chest, pulling the shoulders back, opening up the thoracic spine, the mid-spine. Okay? And you can tilt your head back as well, but you're really trying to open up the chest and reformulate that spine so that it opens up this way instead of always bending this way. So instead of bending this way, you're now bending back this way. Go gently, because your spine might be very stiff at that point, and just slowly open it up. If you can't go that far, if this is all you can do, then that's fine. But you basically just want to try to reset the upper spine to make it feel a little bit looser again. So that's it, guys. Just remember, you really want to break up the sitting period as much as you can. So no more than 30 minutes max. I recommend 20 minutes that you do these stretches and stand up to really wake up the muscles. And then all it takes is a few seconds, and then you can go right back to work if you're really busy. So that's it, guys. I hope that was helpful. As always, please leave any questions or comments down below or follow me on my WeChat official account. Thank you. See you next time.